Yes. Dear students, myself Dr. S. Kishore, Professor in Department of ECE, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology, deemed to be University. Our today's topic is how to plan the startups, what are the legal and ethical issues associated with startups. You all have a question generally in your mind. I have a dream. Who is going to realize my dream? Who is going to support my dream? It's good to have a dream, it's good to have the ideas, but most of the students are clueless when it comes to the potential of their idea, when it comes to the capacity of their idea to turn into a product, when it comes to converging many aspects related to the conversion of product into a business model. This is where this video is going to help you exactly. We can ask a question to ourselves, why only startups? We have various types of business, but why people are talking about startups? Why government is talking about startups? Why universities are concerned about building up the innovation ecosystem in the campus? The reason is very simple. Startups are to solve the realistic problems according to the demand in the society. So that means the startups directly addressing the demand of the society with the innovative problem solving skills. Please mark these words. The approach should be innovative. There must be a demand for your invention or innovation, or you must be in a position to create the demand for it. Then who will help you in this process? A student may not be in a position to self-evaluate the idea. So we have forums, we have startup cells, we have technology business incubation centers, we have mentors from each and every school around you who supports you in the idea evaluation. And when the idea is evaluated, you should remember that how this idea is going to create an impact. Whether you just have to think from the customer point of view. If you are a customer who wants to buy your product, what are the important features that attract the customer is the bigger question that you have to ask to yourself. Once this evaluation part is finished with the expert panel, then your journey begins as an entrepreneur or towards building up a good startup. The next step is prototype. Yes, here you require a team. At idea level, you may be alone, but when it comes to the conversion of idea into prototype, perhaps you require some more hands, which are having expertise and skills in different sets of disciplines. You fetch out a proper team without any kind of pride and prejudice and inhibitions. Reach out to the people who are skilled, whether they are faculties or peers, form a very good team and try to scale up your idea. In terms of revenue, in terms of magnanimity, in terms of the time it incurs to convert into the product, you should have the blueprint of everything, particularly the time, how much time is required to convert your idea into a prototype and from prototype into a business model. And once you are done with your product, generally here many students are little careless or negligent and they straight away get into a startup without going for patenting. My dear students, please don't forget to patent your idea, patent your product, because patent safeguards your innovation. Imagine that after you started up a startup company, after few months, some other person comes and claims the same point. What is the situation? You are square back to the normal. So to avoid this hiccup, it is always better to patent, publish the patent. Granting a patent may take a little time. So when you publish the patent, you start the process of going for the registration of the company. You can ask me that, sir, how can I understand whether my idea can be patentable? You have Google patents, it's very simple. Or we have agencies which supports you whether the idea can be patentable or not. Once this process is done, licensing is the next step. So that means you have patented, your IP has to be evaluated, the IP valuation should be done, because somebody asks you that you are interested to register a company. If you are not interested, in that case, you can go for a technology transfer by licensing. There are various types of licensings. We have carrot licensing, we have stick licensing, we have mandatory licensing, we have voluntary licensing, and we have exclusive licensing and non-exclusive licensing. Let me tell you very shortly. Exclusive licensing means you are going to sell out your product or IP only to one individual or a small company or to an angel investor. That is exclusive licensing. If you are selling out a group or a partners, then it is non-exclusive. Let us see one more thing, mandatory licensing. For example, in the pandemic times, you would have seen this mandatory licensing and voluntary licensing comes into picture a lot. Suppose you have developed a medicine, a sanitizer, then you are not in a position to upscale it. Government may be interested about your innovation and may ask for a mandatory licensing. Or you yourself can voluntarily give your licensing to a firm, a company, or to the government for upscaling your product, for bigger manufacturing. So that part has to be completed. When this part is completed, then yes, you are in the safe zone. Now you can go for registering the company either by LLP or a partnership or sole proprietorship or as a private limited company. I suggest you to go with a private limited company in the first round, and then you can also go for limited liability partnership. So this is how you can end up your wonderful transformation of an idea into startup. My request to all of you is never stop at prototypes. Please push for an extra mile and convert your prototypes into successful business models. Some business models may take a time. Have the patience. Wish you all the best in this entrepreneurial journey. Last, I just want to make a request to all of you. We are talking about Swachh Bharat. So cleaning the surroundings is very important. Clean minds will create clean surroundings. As a responsible citizen, as a responsible student of this great institution, I request all of you to take care about your surroundings. Don't litter everywhere. Please keep your surroundings clean. Thank you for listening.